Tanner, obviously a big day at the plate for you. You're seeing the baseball a lot better, but what would you kind of attribute this recent explosion offensively for yourself?
I give credit to my teammates and my coaches for sticking with me. I was struggling there for a while, and they just stayed behind me, encouragement, and been coming up here early before games and hitting, and developed a good routine, and I feel like that's what got me out of my slump. Now, it's not saying next game you don't come out here and go 4 or 3 Ks. It's a crazy game, but right now I'm seeing the ball very well.
Is there anything specific you were like trying to fix in those sort of early or pregame batting practices or anything like that?
I just try to stay in my BP nowadays, or since I've started swinging the bat better, a little bit to the backside, less than a gap, staying on balls longer. I feel like sometimes I get too quick in and out of the zone, and that causes me to pop up and hook balls, and that's the biggest change I've made.
Tanner, sometimes coaches get tempted to sit players that are in slumps, but Lamona's kept you and Rowdy in the order. Rowdy got down to like 160. What does that say about what he thinks about you guys, that he stayed with you? What are your thoughts on that?
That's a lot of respect for him, because he came up to me and told me when I was struggling, he said, "Look, you're our first baseman, and you're my 3-hole hitter." He said, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And to have him there and support me the whole way through that slump was big time, because having a team and coaches behind you, it's nothing compares to it. If you're by yourself, I can only imagine what it's like going through that.
Alabama put a guy out there who hadn't started a game this season. Did y'all just intend to come after him, swing and attack?
Yes, sir. This is game plan every day. It's be on the fastballs and see it all speed up, work gap to gap. And we had a great plan against that guy today, and it showed. I think we got 6 runs the first 2 innings off of him. He was good arm, man. 94. It was a good curveball, but we were able to put good at-bats together and manufacture runs. That's the difference in the game.
Speaking of behind you got McNamee and Foskey behind you, both of those guys getting on base and driving in runs. How does that help you kind of work through the slump there?
Those guys, those guys have been tearing it up all year long. It's when you're struggling, and you come up a situation and you don't get the job done, but when you have teammates like that behind you to pick you up, it takes a lot of pressure off your chest, because like I said, those guys, 1 through 9, we're swinging the bat really well, and it's fun to watch.
Y'all hit the SEC season halfway, and now you're tied for first. And what else happens around the conference? And y'all feel like you've kind of set the stage for a successful second half?
Yes, sir. It was a good first half, but nobody's going to remember the first half if you don't have a good second half. So we're going to come out and get big sweep this weekend and play Texas Southern and play them hard, hopefully beat them, and have some momentum going to Arkansas this weekend or next weekend.
To get a sweep on Super Bulldog weekend, just could you draw it up any better than the way the weekend turned out?
Sure, it's a special place. Obviously, wasn't the greatest weather, but it didn't matter. We still had good crowds, and it's an electric place, and it's hard to play in as an opposing team, but we love it, man. The energy in this stadium is one of the main reasons we're the top team in the country right now.
JT obviously struggled with the injury last week, and were any of you guys kind of nervous about it, seeing him get pulled early or anything like that?
We're not nervous about him, man. We were talking about it the other day. If we're fortunate enough to finish the season strong, going to a super regional or a regional super regional with Smalls and JT 1-2 punch, man, that's going to be a tough 1-2 punch to beat, and so we got to have him healthy. So if he's sore or anything bothering him, let him be.